Okay, so I got to starting to peel the trim off, and holy fucking shit, why the fuck is there so much trim on these cars? It's somehow like worse than it is on box Panthers and box B bodies. It's really fucking bad. Now you think, oh, this isn't a big deal. Oh, it doesn't look bad. Oh, are you sure about that? Because behind this fucking plastic shit right here, rust. Fuck tons of fucking rust everywhere. Obviously, I expect as such dealing with the car, but I'm appalled at GM's thought process here. How the fuck does having plastic trim that traps in fucking cake, plant shit, and dirt, how the fuck does this benefit this car? You tell me, GM, how the fuck is this dumb fucking shit? Because yeah, that's what this is. Dumb fucking shit. How does this dumb shit benefit the car? All this does is give water a good place to hide. Same thing with this shit right here. I can't even move these bolts, so this is just gonna have to get yanked. This stuff, I mean, the quarter's kind of bubbly, so this might just free itself easily. This just comes off with tape. Holy fucking shit. I don't know why the fuck they decided to be so stupid. Oddly enough, a place where I expected there to be more rust, this little trunk trim here, this badge is gonna come off too at some point. I'm not sure how to get to it though. Maybe up through here, who knows. But see, behind this trunk trim, it's actually pretty solid. I mean, I don't see any obvious discoloration or nothing like that. It really doesn't look bad in here at all. I'm still gonna take it off. So, buy a trunk seal, buy some 91 to 92 taillights, sell this shit, get like $10 if I get every single piece. Maybe sell this plastic cladding shit, because that's what this is. It's shit. Traps water, fucking traps a shitload of water, more water traps. The only way this gets better is if we go nuclear, slash and burn. Plus, these cars look better without the trim. The only stuff that you gotta probably keep, I think, is this stuff, because this is part of your weather strip. This makes sense. This shit does not. Fucking Christ. If you want to see the best? This is the worst. Look at all this. That is a rotted out door bottom. Huh. I guess GM learned nothing from Ford and nothing from themselves in the decades before, because all that shit does, all that plastic shit does, is in conjunction with this rocker panel plastic molding shit, all it does is just give water a place to hide and make things 1,000 times worse when people eventually have to go and do body work on these cars. This is interesting. Didn't notice this before. This car is going to be very interesting when we start tearing into it. It's not going to be this year. I gotta get one winter out of it. But I can't, if I put 2 winters through it, that's going to blow out. This is going to blow out even more than it already has. That's going to blow out. I mean, this is no joke. I mean, I bought this as a project and I got really exactly what I wanted. I'm not complaining. I'm just shocked at the fucking gazillion cut corners. They're in the design of one of the best cars of the decade, maybe the best. So, you know how I'm saying these cars are, you know, these things rust out pretty good. They do. Got all the trim off, all of it. This door, this thing is going to need to be patched after next year. Curiously, they put moldings here, and then they got this, looks like weather stripping shit. But this isn't really weather stripping. All this does is create a seam for water to get caked and trapped. If you get any kind of dirt, this doesn't work. This door blew out, same story. Like that's fucked. That's gonna, I mean, that's easy enough to get to. You can repair that. As long as this part's okay. I'm really not worried. Now what happened back here, this rotted from the inside out. And you know why? That's all you need. I mean, water gets in. Goes right down through here. Because you know what? I'm gonna stick my hand back through here. Well, it's actually not as bad on this side as it is on the driver's side, but this whole thing blew out. So I mean, we got water and rolled salt just fucking caked in 1,000 different ways. But you should see the driver's side. This whole, and I mean this whole dog leg blew out. I mean, it's like on that level. This, I'm actually not sure quite exactly how this happened. But, I mean, it's probably, yeah, no, this looks like outside in. This is, or inside out, yeah, outside in. That's to be expected, I guess. It's a lot better without that trim, I must say. I mean, yeah, you got some fasteners and some fucking random blown out metal everywhere, but I mean, I'm gonna get one winner out of this thing, and then this thing's becoming a project. This car doesn't have 2 winners on it, or rather, this car can't do 2 winners, because this is gonna blow out. This is gonna blow out even more. This is gonna need more patching. This is gonna need patching. That's gonna need patching. I mean, I'm gonna be rebuilding this whole fucking car. Oddly enough, the spot that I usually see go bad, this area is fine. Go figure. But here, I'm gonna show you what I mean by when things blow out. It's because these fucking things right here. This should not have been on the car, because you know what happens? I'm gonna reach up through here. See the problem here? All this does, water gets in here, it freezes, it expands. I mean, this does not work. This literally does not work. This was a design flaw. And then the really fun part is gonna be fucking fixing all this shit. Yeah, I mean, you can just get a template, you can measure it, I'm sure, but I'm just really glad it didn't lose anything here. I mean, yeah, I don't necessarily expect it to, but it's just, these were so rusted in place, I couldn't even, I literally just bent the stainless steel trim piece off. I couldn't even unscrew them with a heavy duty ratcheting screwdriver. I mean, this is just fucking disgusting. This car was also hit. This is common. These recorders blow out. This is just getting eaten from the bottom, basically. I'm not worried about that. But this, I don't know if somebody was jumping curbs with this or it got hit or something, but yeah, this looks like it got boof. Maybe yeah, probably was hopping a curb the wrong way or some dumb shit like that. I mean, who knows? This car had a very checkered history before my buddy started dailying it. This was winter beater, and that was about 5 or 6 years ago. I'm sure people are saying, oh yeah, it's got another couple years on it. Yeah, it's easy to say that when you don't document all the shit that's wrong. Remember the stainless steel? See all this shit? Watch this. Look at this. If you just leave the doors alone and just have metal here, it would not be a problem, because you got your little fucking drain holes right here and right here that work very well. But when you have this thing and you have this trim piece here, you get things stuck here. This door is going to need to be patched after next year. How is that fair to the end user? Look at this. These doors have really good drainage. They got drainage on both sides. They're easy to get to. They're easy to clean. But some dumb fuckwit decided to put the fucking moldings on this car. These are also responsible for some rust problems as well. But these are why the doors go. I'll show you the driver's side. I save this one for last. Look at that. Metal. I don't know why this is even here. All this does is make it harder for the door drain holes to do their job. See, because what this is supposed to do, the drain hole should let it run. And if any does get stuck here, you wipe it with a fucking towel and you do it with your light colored laundry at the end of the week. Why is it like, there's no reason for it to be designed this stupidly. So, here's what we're gonna do. A nice little live reaction here. I'm not in the fucking mood for this shit fucking more. There we go. Is this your best you can do, General Motors? Is this the best you can fucking do for your fucking loyal customers that want the best fucking car you knew how to make? Yeah. Now do you see the problem? Drain hole. Drain hole. Oh, look, the drain hole couldn't do its job because of all the fucking seam and the dirt that got caked into here. And yes, there was a lot of dirt. It does not take very much. And this car has tons of it. That's why these doors rust out. This area here, easy enough. Just peel this shit off. This should, yeah, and then this wheel, yeah, it's just this wheel arch trim. That's going to be a little tricky. So obviously, before the day is done, I'm going to have to probably move the wheels or get them to one side again. Also note how this car was driving with a bad alignment, which was the fault of both the alignment place and because it had bad wheel bearings and it had tie rods that were all fucked up, so I had all that replaced. That actually wasn't as expensive as you might think. There are a fair amount of reproduction wear items or just replacement wear items for these cars, but it's the body is what's going to really hurt me here. But I wanted one of these cars. The price was right. I got this car for free. And I'm beginning to see why. And no, you know, I am getting a little angry here. But I don't hold any ill will against Kira. This is not her fault. This is the fault of General Motors, who didn't really do their homework when they did these cars, or if they did, they didn't listen to the people that knew right how to make things last and how to make them be beautiful. And this is the fault of end users that came before my friend, who honestly just didn't give a flying fuck when they should have. That I do have a problem with. Now I'm going to show you another problem with these cars. Remember, kiddies, all that glitters isn't gold. Oh, why do we have this stupid plastic rocker panel trim? Yeah, why do we have these holes here? If these holes were not here, these rocker panels would not have the problems that they do. This is the bottom of the B pillar. This is kind of an important area, and yeah, it looks like it's been hit at one point. See how it's not uniform? See how it's kind of stoved in? You really see it from this angle. I mean, that ain't straight. That ain't straight from here, and that ain't straight to the camera, because it's not. So the car got hit here, presumably took a hit here, which was further exacerbated by inside-out rust like this, because water will always make a path for itself. And then this, kind of hard to tell. I don't think this is collision damage, but that is definitely collision damage. And this is all. I literally just took ownership of this car today. I got the plates in the mail. On their way. I got insurance paperwork. That's all. I got that done earlier in the week, and I really am amazed at how GM made such an exciting and beautiful car, and then they just fucking do shit like this. Now, granted, this is a lot worse on this side because this side is damaged. If you check this side, I don't think this side was ever stoved in. The past side is, I think, pretty straight. Yeah, see? It's nowhere near as bad. See? That's pretty straight. I mean, it's got probably a little bit right here, but I don't know if that's just the paint discoloration. You know, whatever. I mean, there's definitely like a seam here, but this side is much better. Now the part that gets me a little nervous here is this. I mean, this is fucked. I mean, you can't see it, but I got my finger all the way into this hole. So this rocker panel is going to need to be patched. Now do you understand why I can only put one winner through this car? I'm not even done digging yet. Oh no, there's still more. Oh no. I gotta see what's behind this wheel arch trim, which would have to come off anyway because it looks stupid. It doesn't do any good for your car, but honestly, like I said, I got this car for free. I wasn't under any impressions that this car would be anything but a huge project. I'm gonna get one winner out of it, and then she's gonna really go under the knife. Because there aren't many of these anymore. And honestly, I'm falling in love with this car in spite of it. I really feel strongly about this, and I'm not going to give up. That's not who I am. It's not fair to the car. It's not fair to anybody. Maybe this is where the problems begin. Seam sealer. I don't think that's doing too good of a job sealing the seam, don't you think?